What's going on, everyone? Football Villain here, and today I'm going to be doing another trophy review and thoughts video on the game Far Cry 3. Far Cry 3 does have a platinum trophy. It's not 100%, so you can earn a platinum trophy for this game. I'd probably rate this a 3 or 4 out of 10 difficulty. Not really too bad, but there are a couple of things I do want to mention about this game that could probably stump you up a little bit. There's a trophy for earning $1,500 playing poker. Now, if you don't really know how to play poker, I could definitely see this giving people some problems for sure. But even if you are good at poker, it does seem to be very, very RNG based on how you do win. Basically how you win playing poker. It just definitely seems to be like one of those deals where, you'll have a really good hand, and then on the last card, it seems like the AI, no matter if it's on easy or hard, they seem to get the better of you. The way I did it personally is I just kept going all in. Yes, you are going to lose a bunch, but eventually they do give it to you. So I would definitely recommend carrying about a couple $1,000, probably $2,500 to $3,000 worth of cash on you. If you do play on the hardest mode and you do manage to go all in and beat everybody, I think you only have to play 2 or 3 games and you will get that trophy. But obviously, the lower the difficulty, the more games you're going to have to win. But that was really the biggest issue I've seen with this game. There is a bunch of trophies for just beating the game, beating the campaign. Nothing too bad. There are some parts in this campaign that can be a little tricky if you don't really have good weapons and you kind of just go out there kind of not really caring about your inventory and stuff. So just make sure you got syringes with you and stuff, and you should be fine. But, I mean, most of the players can do it without, having a bunch of syringes and guns and the best weapons. But, I mean, if you just want to make it a lot easier, just make sure you have, good weapons. Make sure you always have ammo on you and that type of stuff. Don't go out there with just a clip of ammo and like your MP5 or whatever gun you're using. Make sure you're fully, you fully got ammo and syringes and stuff like that to heal you. But anyways, there's a couple parts on the campaign that can be a little rough. I know that there's a part where you have to infiltrate an area without being detected. So if you're not really good at stealth missions, I could see that stumping some people up. There is another area where you have to go through this. I guess it's kind of like a village, but you're kind of just going down by the boat. There's like a boat that kind of like takes off, and you can do it stealthily, but it is kind of difficult to do, to be honest. And if you don't do it stealthily, you have to go guns a-blazing, and there are quite a bit of enemies, so like I said, I do not remember what mission that is. I know it's kind of towards the beginning, kind of midway through it, the campaign, but yeah, you kind of go down in this like gully area, and you kind of flatten out on the bank of a river, and there's a boat. I do remember that at the very end of it that kind of sails off, and you have to shoot it or blow it up or something like that. So if you don't have an RPG, you might want to get one. So yeah, that's pretty much. I wanted to touch base on the campaign. There are a couple hard parts, but there's nothing horrible at all. And you can play the game on easy, so there's no difficulty specific where you have to play the campaign on the hardest mode. You can play it all on easy and be fine. Now, like I said about the poker trophy, that's a miscellaneous, kind of like a cleanup trophy. There are a couple of other cleanup trophies I want to touch base on, like learning all of the skills. That's a level-based trophy. A lot of people don't know, but this game does have levels. You do level up. A lot of people I don't think really realize it, but you do level up in this game. There is a weird trophy that I managed to get at the very end. I saved it for the last trophy just because it's pretty easy to do. Find the lost Hollywood star. honestly, if you just look it up online or on YouTube, you should be able to find it no problem. I forget the name of it. Oh yeah, it's called Say Hi to the Internet. Pretty easy trophy, but it's one of those, if you don't really know what's going on, you don't really know what to do. But if you just look it up online on YouTube, there's plenty of people, probably like Power Picks and the big YouTubers, that have a video on how to do that. And if you guys do want me to show a video on how to do that, let me know in the comments below, and I'll try to make the video as soon as possible. There's also trophies for liberating all outposts. As you can see right there in the video, doing the radio towers. Make sure you get every radio tower in the game. I think you only have to do 12 or 13 radio towers, but I think there's like 30 or 40 in the game. And it's better just to go ahead and do all of the radio towers. Go ahead and knock out all radio towers first. The reason I say that is because it opens up the entire map and you can see where everything is at. It makes it a whole lot easier to find stuff. Trust me. If you do not go for them radio towers first, it is going to be a nightmare. It is going to be very hard to navigate anything. You're not going to know where anything's at. So trust me when I say it. If you start this game and you just don't want to play the campaign right off the bat and you kind of want to explore and stuff, let me remind you, definitely do the radio towers. As you can see in the video right there, I'm going through maps, buying certain maps, and you're probably like, why are you doing that? So basically, a lot of people, I don't think, really realize this, but you really don't have to look at a YouTube video for the collectibles in this game. And you're probably like, well, what are you talking about? So basically, at the safe house, there is a weapon station where you can buy weapons and you can buy grenades, equipment, all kinds of stuff. Like I said, new weapons, ammo, armor plates, healing, all that sort of thing. But a lot of people, what they don't know is you can also buy maps. And what those maps do is when you buy a map, there's two types of map. There's loot maps and then there is collectible maps. And if you buy a loot map, it shows you where all the loot is in that section of the map. So like the Bad Town area of the game, if you buy that loot map, it will show you where all the loot is on the map, where you don't actually have to look up a guide or anything. But the big thing is, I wanted to touch base with that because there's also collectible maps. So like each area has a collectibles map. So if you buy all of those maps, all of the collectibles will just appear. So that means you don't have to you don't have to buy, you don't have to look up a guide on where exactly it's at. Now, obviously, there are going to be certain collectibles, even though you see them, you don't really know where they're at. So, for example, a lot of the collectibles that I've noticed in certain areas, it'll be something like you'll be on top of a hill, and you know it's right on top of you, but a lot of the times it'll be like underneath a cave or underneath the water, that sort of thing. The collectibles are a little tough to find because there are a lot of them that are in caves. So if you are doing the collectibles and you're kind of on top of something and you're right above it and you're like, I don't know where this is at, or I don't know how to get to it. Honestly, just go down the hill and look around, and there's probably a cave underneath you, and that's where the collectible's at. You happen to just be on top of it 9 times out of 10. So I just wanted to touch base on, like I said, the collectibles, that sort of thing. There are some miscellaneous trophies too, related to syringes, where you have to craft 25 syringes. Very easy to do. If you just craft the syringe for the healing, you'll get that no problem. I think there's another one for crafting a special syringe. I think at a certain point in the game, I don't know if it's a trophy or if it's a collectible. Yeah, that's what it is. After you collect 30 of the relics, which You only need 60 for the trophy. There's 120 relics in the game. And I guess going back to the collectibles, that's what I want to also say. You don't have to find all the collectibles in this game. There's 120 relics. You only need half of them. And for the special syringe trophy in this game, you only need to collect 30 to craft the special syringe. So you can't even do the special syringe trophy until you have 30 relics. So like I said, don't even worry about the special syringe either. That's one of those things where, you know, you have to get some of the collectibles before you can even do the trophy. So I just wanted to kind of touch base with that. Kill 4 enemies simultaneously with 1 explosion. I think there's a guide I watched for that one in an outpost area. So what I recommend is some of the ones where it's like kill 6 with a mine, kill 4 with an explosion, those type of trophies right there. The best thing I can say is look up a guide on how to do those, because there's probably somebody that has a very easy way of doing it, and you don't want to get into a situation where you've already liberated an outpost that somebody has used for that trophy, and now you are kind of stuck because you can't use that outpost because you've already done it. Obviously, I know some games you can redo the outpost, but there's other games where you can't redo them, and the only way to redo them is starting a whole another playthrough. So just wanted to kind of give you guys, you know, kind of something to just look out for there. There's also trophies for completing a Path of the Hunter quest, not Path of, but a supply quest, a Wanted Dead quest, those type of trophies. Those are side quests type of deals. Very easy to do, to complete all those. Nothing hard about those. Skin and hunt a rare animal. If you're doing the Path of the Hunter quest, there are certain Path of the Hunter quests that will literally say on the billboard, there'll be like some writing that says rare animal in red. Do that Path of the Hunter quest. Reason why I say that, because that will be the chance for you to skin a rare animal in the game. So definitely make sure when you are playing this to definitely do that. So like I said, it's a side quest deal, so you won't miss it. There's no missable trophies in this game, but just make sure that whenever you're doing the rare Path of the Hunter quest to definitely skin that animal, because if you don't, I'm not sure how that works. I'm not sure if it's one of those things where you can go back to that certain spot and the animal's there. I don't know, but in ways I could consider that a missable if you don't, skin the animal. The free falling trophy that you just seen there, that's a spot where you can just do it. I might actually make a video on that, just because that is a little kind of, there's not a whole lot of spots to do it in the game, and I ended up finding a pretty solid spot that someone mentioned in the comments on a video that I seen. It wasn't the video that the guy was doing, it was somebody in the comments telling somebody to go a certain route, and you can do it that way, and it's 10 times easier. And I happened to figure out what the guy was talking about and which direction to go, and I ended up getting it pretty easily. So I might make a video on that just to help a few people out on that. I know this is a very old game, but I figured there's probably some people that still kind of want to play this eventually. The 100 meters with a bow, as you see right there, that is very rough. There's probably a good way of doing that, but I ended up doing it right outside of an outpost. That one was a little tough, I'm not going to lie. You kind of have to shoot above where the guy is at, because 100 meters, it's a little far in this game, and it's a little hard with the bow because you can't really put a sight on it to make it to where you can, just aim and fire. It's not one of those type of deals. Now, one trophy that I will say too, that I need to mention real quick, that is very buggy. I would not say that the trophy, you can't earn it, but it's a trophy that is very, very buggy. And I don't know why. I had a really hard time getting this. Even after the game was done, I still did not have this trophy, and I did not know why. but the name of the trophy is called, I can't remember. Well, I can't actually remember the name of the trophy. Well, I think it's that one right there. Rocks always wins, as you see in the video portion right there. And it's for distracting enemies, 25 enemies with rocks. I don't know why this trophy was such a pain to do, but it was. And I used rocks a lot in this game. I played pretty stealthy for the most part of this playthrough of Far Cry 3. So, I don't know. I think it's one of those deals where you have to throw the rock and they have to come all the way to the rock and you have to make sure they're completely distracted. I don't think it's one of those deals where you can just keep spamming the rock over and over and over again and they keep going back and forth. I think it's for one enemy. So meaning if they get distracted by the rock one time, that's it. I don't think you can do 25 rocks on one enemy, if that makes sense. And make sure when you do distract the enemy, make sure that when you are throwing the rock, make sure he comes all the way to the rock. Don't have it where he comes halfway and then throw the rock again. Don't do anything like that. Just make sure you just throw it one time. He walks over to it, sees the rock, and then goes back. I'm pretty sure that counts as one, but a lot of people are saying that it doesn't, or it does, but for just a safe precaution, just do that. that is how I went about doing it. So anyways, don't want to confuse you all on on that right there, but I probably made more of a tongue twister than anything else. But yeah, I'm trying to think of anything else that I do know on this game that could be a little challenging for you. I do know that there is a trophy for performing a death from above kill, death from below kill on an enemy on a zip line. You'd have to look it up on YouTube, but there is a certain outpost that you can do that, and it makes the trophy 10 times easier. If you guys want a video on that, let me know down in the comments below for the death from below kill using a zip line. Just let me know and I will try my best to make a video on that. There's another trophy too where you have to go underwater. You have to kind of deep dive all the way to the very bottom. I think that's what I'm doing here actually in the video. Yes, that's exactly what I'm doing. You got to go all the way down to the bottom of the water, touch it, come back up. If you do have the syringes for staying underwater longer, that will definitely help you. There's also a skill that you can buy during the game where you can also go down there even longer. So as long as you have one of those, just the syringe or the skill, you should be fine. You shouldn't have any issues. I had both. I used both of them just in case, and I didn't even take a look of damage or anything like that. Besides the relics, though, there are also memory cards that you have to find, and I do believe there's something else that you have to find. I can't remember the name of the collectible. Let me see if I can find it real quick. But I do believe that there is another collectible. Let me see if I can find it. Don't look like I can find it, but I know that there is another collectible besides the memory cards that you do have to find. And I think it's like 30 of them or something along the lines of that. The letters. Yeah, there's 30 letters that you have to find as well. So just be on the lookout for all that. Nothing too hard, though, about this game. There really isn't. There are a couple of things that's kind of like silly that you have to do too, like kill an enemy with a repair tool. Tag 25 enemies with a camera. I mean, you should get that naturally. I mean, I think the camera is the most broken thing in the game entirely. If you're not using the camera, you're nuts, because the camera will tag the enemies and you'll be able to see where everybody is at. So it makes it a lot easier. And another thing, if you're doing the outpost, make sure and try to disable that alarm first. because you're going to get more XP if you just disable the alarm and you don't have all those people coming at you. So it just makes everything a lot easier. As you see right there, though, I got the trophy for the collectibles, for the relics and the letters right there. But like I said, I don't mean to talk y'all's heads off on this trophy review, but I just want to get everything kind of clear. I just want to make sure you guys know kind of what to expect. But overall, man, this is a great game. I recommend anybody play it. Yes, the controls are a bit wonky, but you have to understand this game was made in 2012, so we are approaching 13 years. So it's not going to be the greatest thing ever, but I definitely think it's one of the better Far Cry games for sure. So yeah, guys, that's pretty much going to do it. I know that I'm cutting this a little bit short compared to some of my other trophy review videos, but I just wanted to make sure you guys kind of knew kind of what to expect. But nothing too hard at all, man. Nothing too hard at all. Definitely a 3 or 4 out of 10. I would not even go a 5 on this, even for brand new players that have never played a Far Cry game. Super easy trophy list, but also just to let you know, it is on the PS4. If you play the PS3 version, there are online trophies and it is unobtainable now. So without further ado, like, comment if you guys want, and subscribe if you haven't already. And as always, I'll catch you guys in the next video. Take it easy. There it is. And there we go. Say hi to the internet and the platinum trophy.